Yo, 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 what's the word? Oh,
Yo, yo, I was trying a new mic out. I can't hear the audio. I can't hear you talking.
oh, peace, peace. Yo, you can't hear, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm good now. I was trying a new mic out. You can hear me, but I can't hear you for some reason, so I gotta figure something out with that next time.
Okay, okay.
This little
So you
fucking
had an
thing.
enhanced mic on your shit?
This, just this little thing,
Oh, wow.
Trying to get a little bit better quality. It's just like, a little raccoon tail looking thing.
Swag.
Hell yeah,
Hell
so you
yeah.
repping the chain?
You already know, man. I'm so happy. This is the first crew that gave me a chain.
Dope, man. I'm glad we could hook you up with that. I got my Jak H one on right now. Shout outs to Arbor for hooking us all up with the chains. They always do a killer job. They've hooked us up with I think 12, 13, 14 chains so far, not including the contest. So shout out Arbor.
Laced us. Laced us with the heat. Man, Jack Hellington, let's start from the beginning if we can. What's it like growing up in Brantford?
I don't know. I guess everyone's experience in their eyes seems pretty generic because it is what it is coming up. But I mean, Bell City coming up, we definitely got some shit in the works that's gonna bring to light some of the Bell City hip hop history. We got a little podcast that we haven't fully announced yet. Me and my homie Sky. Once we got some
Hmm.
time clearing up, we could fully devote to that. We're gonna dive into a little bit of the deep Bell City history. But as for us, I mean, I started doing shows at the Alex. My homie Skylar Danes and his homie at the time Stunts or went by Stunts. Now he goes by Big Cookie.
Hmm.
He they put us on shows. Me and my homie B2. We were part of the BL Boot Camp clique. Corny ass names and shit when you first start.
Yo, I didn't even find that one, man. Was that before the OBs?
The OB's been around for a while. That's me and my homie Skylar Dane. So
Hmm.
we got a new single coming that we haven't dropped anything in about 10 years, maybe 11 years. And we got some new we got at least 4 or 5 songs recorded. One that's fully done, just has to get mixed and mastered. Has cuts on it from DJ Hooch. Uh, yeah, and it's gonna be dope. So we're glad to be back at it. I missed my brother. We've been loading up on equipment, so we're gonna bang out tons of original beats as well.
Man, the original Beatstas.
Yes. That's what all the Ghostum brand, and I got my Ghostum shirt on right now. We'll have some slick merch coming out when we drop the album and stuff. We got a little limited edition drop that's gonna go along with like 10, 20 copies of it.
Man, I've seen the ghost and hashtags and stuff, but I wasn't really sure where that came from. Can you like break that
So
down for me?
been there for a while. I've had it tattooed on my knuckles for the last 10 years. It's kind of been like our OB's mantra or rule to live by is and it's kind of open ended. It doesn't really have a definition, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
You can ghost them on almost anything. It works in a lot of scenarios. I mean, we like slipping it in there, man, and OB's got to stay mysterious and shit.
Ghost and ladies and shit. Like, it's lit. Fuck yeah, man.
I'll show some people that we got some Breaking Records Zippos coming dropping in the merch shop soon. So they're looking for
Oh,
authentic Zippo shit, and they're looking
Big
for,
Zippo.
oh yeah.
Fuck
I
yeah.
got my album, the special blend right here. I just put hard copies in the shop online today, so you can grab those online as well.
That's what's up, man. You started out doing battles?
Like way back, battles back in like high school, doing just shit face in the back of house parties, just battling people like that. Yeah, nothing. Back then there wasn't really leagues or anything. I mean, way back, like when I was like 12 years old, 11 years old, I was doing battles on open mic and gold mic, and
Mm-hmm.
that was I mean, that was like when that first started, that was text battles. So you were like typing it out and people were judging it. It was like crowd judging, or they'd have judges for big events, and then they would just judge your text. And then slowly that moved into audio, and then somewhere in the mix it moved to videos and all that fancy jazz that we know battling as today.
Yeah, for sure, man. You see like the internet battles now, like I see a lot of leagues doing them,
Like a huge
because of
culture.
COVID and shit, right?
Yeah, it's a huge culture now too, right? KOTD really stepped the level of professionalism that had to come to battling for sure.
Oh fuck yeah, man. They took it to another level for sure. But I was really interested in seeing some of my homies that battle doing online battles and like them battling their phone essentially, you know what I mean? And like that was really big during the COVID and shit. So it was just interesting to see the evolution, especially knowing that it started from text.
Yeah, oh for sure. I mean, people definitely had to get creative throughout the pandemic with different ways of getting attention with not being able to go out do live shows and stuff like that. So I think yeah, the battle leagues definitely helped fill the void at least for a short period of time at least.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, we enjoyed
Man,
putting the contests on for sure. We enjoyed seeing all the talent.
oh man, the contests you guys put on were crazy. It was
They
my
were all
first
good.
it was my first time seeing like a contest like that. I now know Bars of Death and the whole nine, but
Yeah, no,
um
for sure. Shout
seeing
out Bars of
seeing
Death.
your guys' contest and the whole following that you guys had was crazy during that.
Yeah, man. One day we'll get back there when we got a little less on our plate, I guess.
For sure, for sure. You had some of the illest beats in the contest though.
I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
found
man.
when people liked my shit, they tend to stay with me through all three contests. If they weren't fucking with it, like I found a lot of people tend to stay with the producer they picked in the first contest, even the third
Mhm.
contest. They were still riding with the same producer.
Fuck yeah, dude. Man, like, how did your journey at getting into production start?
Um, Shit, probably using some cornball. Definitely, I'll confirm that. Definitely using some cornball program like virtual DJ, like EJ. I think it was called virtual EJ or something. It was terrible, but I mean, it was like an entry level. At least you kind of get an understanding of how sequencing works and shit like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now I've just recently upgraded to a MPC one and an MPC Live 2, so I'm currently using those, and I feel like I'm really in my pocket after about 2 decades of smashing out beats. I'm still finding that I can still elevate my game, so I'm super stoked on that. The more I learn, this shit never stops, man. That's the beauty of it.
Hell yeah, man. Um, Man, like, being a rapper producer, it's such a crazy thing because you don't see a lot of people doing it. It's either one or the other usually.
It's hard
Um,
for me to see. I see the opposite of that only because I don't look far outside my crew, and literally almost everybody in our crew
is
produces
rapper
and raps. So
producers.
it's like you trying to produce projects for your homies, and it's like, nah, I don't
Yeah.
really need beats. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shout out to Oasis. I produced a lot of beats, but he did produce my Dark Side of the Spoon.
Mm-hmm.
I produced all of Special
Absolutely.
Blend. He produced all that one, man. That's banging. I like reaching out to different producers still, even though I have an overflow of my own beats. But if I reach out to other producers, it helps me reach like different, rapper uh vibes and stuff like that when I go into start writing.
Heck yeah, man. You probably get amped in a whole different way when you're rapping on other people's beats.
Yeah, I mean, I don't claim to like make everybody's style and like want to copy everybody's style. So when somebody's got something dope, I mean, there's nothing you can do except pay your dues and grab that shit and spit on that shit. I got some dope shit coming up. I've invested some decent money on some fucking dope Canadian heavyweight beat makers. Uh,
Mm.
let's see. All right, I'll drop one of them. We got
Let's
a
go.
project produced by Fresh Kills coming probably the next spring, I'd say. We're gonna take our time.
Super icon.
Fresh Kills. If y'all don't, if the listeners don't know him, he's just an NPC legend. Motherfucker
Mhm.
smashes those pads like crazy. Does some work with Uncle Fester, and I think I've known him from like the Extremities days, and fucking. We did some live shows with him and Magnolius back in Bell City at the Alexander. Just a good dude, solid beat maker, solid dude. He's leveling up right now. Big up to Fresh Kills.
Hell yeah, man. When before COVID, man, he was touring all over the place nonstop. Like
Yeah,
he was just on the road.
yeah, that's the thing about these dudes. Like, if you want to make an impact, you got to start going overseas, even as a Canadian artist, for sure.
100%. 100%. Um, Man, you have some great album titles. I just got to put that out there. Talk about Dark Side of the Spoon.
I mean, I thought nobody ever used it, and then I came to realize, like the band Ministry has an album called Dark Side of the Spoon, which I remember actually listening to singles off of back in the day, but never hit me. I thought I was the first, but this is fucking life.
Yeah.
But still, I went into it not knowing, so I call it a clean break there. But yeah, man, I got Ed Weird to do the cover art like years back. This album was done 4 or 5 years ago. These two albums were both kind of dated, so I pushed them out now that I had a little bit of funding to get some hard copies and finish them proper and whatnot.
Hmm.
But yeah, Dark Side of the Spoon came about. I don't remember really why, but I mean, my man Ed Weird absolutely smashed this artwork. He just did a fantastic job. Like I asked him for some like Hunter S. Thompson-esque Ralph Steadman, his illustrator type stuff, and that's what he hit me with. I was super stoked with it. I still am. It's great artwork.
Fuck yeah, dude. Your art and logos in general are hella dope and trippy. I
Thanks.
just,
Actually, I've done. I did the special blend cover. I did the back of it. I've done the Ghostum logo so far. I did my own logo. I handle most of the small stuff. I don't find a need. My dad was a graphic designer, so I find it hard to pay somebody else. If I'm doing anything, I'm keeping it in the family or doing it myself. I actually
that's
do
fair,
everything on my
dude.
phone, to be honest. I don't like using computers much. That's why I like having an MPC and stuff now, because it's standalone. I can cut the computer right out of my workflow.
Oh wow, okay, okay.
That's the
Fuck
biggest. That's
yeah.
the biggest goal in the end is just to not stare at a computer screen. I'll have to stare at a screen in some form, but not a computer. No mouse, no keyboard.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm using a PC myself and it's annoying as fuck. Um, Man, let's talk about Breaking Records radio. The fucking
I
the
haven't
birth.
handled much of the recent stuff as far as the radio show goes, but I definitely was more involved in the beginning. I don't know, 3 years, maybe 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely were an integral part early on. You came in around episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, very early on. I
Yeah.
not as part of the show, but just being interviewed on the show. I think the second episode or third episode, something like that. And then
Nice.
after that, it kind of progressed just naturally to helping out on the show and then helping out on interviews. And then we started grabbing the bigger ones. I did a few phone interviews. I think I did the first interview with Young Stitch that we ever did. And then I did
Wow.
like one with like Block McLeod from Army of the Pharaohs, who I have featuring on Dark Side of the Spoon. So that's kind of how I had that connection.
Man, you were doing big interviews right off the jump. How was that?
It was great. I mean, we didn't have too many sour experiences, and I was pretty lucky for that. There was some intimidating experiences. I'd have to say, Obi Trice was probably one of the more intimidating ones. He was a nice dude, but I mean, he had half an entourage with him. So I mean, we did that in a hotel lobby. So there's always your nerves up of shit going wrong when you're trying to pull an interview off on the fly right before an artist runs to a show.
Yeah, 100%, man.
But it managed to pull
Um,
off, so we were happy
yeah,
about that.
I feel so blessed that I get to do these interviews as smooth as I get to because Maloney has told me stories of when it wasn't so smooth, you know?
Yeah, there's definitely nightmares of things going wrong, and like we never used to monitor audio or anything during. We never had headphones on or anything, so if there was an audio issue, you ain't know. If there's a video issue, chances are we didn't know because we didn't have a separate screen that was displaying anything.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, there's definitely stressful things with going on the road. You could be late. You almost never do an interview on time. I mean, you probably get pushed back maybe one, two, three, 4 times before you actually get the interview. It might end up being after the show, even though you thought it was going to be 2 hours before the show. Um,
Yeah,
so there's all
that's
sorts of
crazy.
audibles like that that can be called for sure.
Hmm. Yeah. What was it like switching from like rapping to kind of just like asking the questions, I guess, in a sense, because it was a hard transition for me.
Was it? I
Yeah, man, it was a bit different.
what was that? I mean, you kind of, if you've done interviews as an artist, then you at least kind of know the questions not to do. That if they rubbed you the wrong way or something like that, then you kind of avoid that. Like just basic stuff that people get asked every interview.
No, that's true. That's true. I'm pretty synonymous with that, but
I
I'm
think
just
it's good.
starting
Like
out, so you gotta let me
when you're
live.
interviewing someone first, you got to get the bare bones facts, right? If your audience doesn't know who they are, then you have to get those necessity
Yeah.
questions out of the way and stuff before you deep dive into people.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Um, I love trying to get the nerd word facts, like the deep dive
Yeah,
shit that the
Nightmare is
motherfuckers
a
don't
fucking
know.
legend, Canadian
Yeah.
jewel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, that's also one of my goals to be interviewed by Nerdword.
yeah, that'd be huge.
Fuck yeah, dude. Um, man, you took a break to focus on life in 2016.
Yeah,
Um, but you had you had your second album already wrapped. Like you
yeah.
had the joints.
I had Dark Side of the Spoon done. I actually have a bunch of projects before that. I got my first album was called Welcome to Ghost Town, or just Ghost Town, I think. Uh,
Mhm.
under the name Juice, a while back, 10 years or so, 10, 12 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
And then leading up to Special Blend, I had The Ingredients drop the mixtape, and then I did Funk in Your Mother in 2014. That was produced by Maloney. Shout out Maloney.
That's sick.
Yeah,
I couldn't
and
find
then yeah,
those joints.
yeah. So everything you can find most of those on my Bandcamp. So Jak H .bandcamp.com.
Okay, okay. That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. And then yeah, Dark Side of the Spoon, I've had done since right before I took a break. I pretty much finished it off, then took a break. I didn't really have like the proper funding to do anything. Ended up releasing 3 music videos when I first released it. I didn't release any music videos with Special Blend because it was even older album than Dark Side of the Spoon. So I just kind of wanted to push those out. I was still proud of them as a body of work, so I still
Mm.
wanted to push those out, and I still want to promote them even now. So I'm super stoked with like how the like Clone Dust turned out. I really like that song with Mocha Only.
Yeah.
Turned out really nice. Starving with Ghettosocks turned out nice.
Love that joint, man. The Ghettosocks joint was fucking super dope. I love Head Trauma.
Dope, dope.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet. Um, quote, the nice hit him like a Mike Tyson fist.
Yeah, yeah. I did a video for that joint. Fucking, I don't know. I think it came out 2014 or something like no, maybe 2016. Maybe
Mm.
earlier than that. I don't know. It came out early. Like Special Blend was planned as my magnum opus fucking way back, and it kind of like I flopped on it because I didn't want to release it half-assed like I did a bunch of other projects where I just throw it straight online and kind of just fades out. You know what I mean? And I mean,
Mhm.
eventually it did end up getting released like that, but at least I got some hard copies and got some the package fully complete for it, and I got a bunch of big things on the horizon. That's the main reason for pushing all the older stuff out quicker, and then I can
Mm.
actually for the first time in like a decade and a half focus on only new music without anything old lingering over me.
Hell yeah. I find that Special Blend is a really cohesive sound. Did you set out to make joints that kind of came together
That
like
was
that?
I definitely like I make a lot of beats from scratch with just playing the keyboard and then using drum samples and a sequencer, all digital and stuff though. At least prior, that's how I was doing everything at the time. And then on Special Blend, I started doing drums in different program and then sampling stuff in Logic Pro. And
Mm.
then so it kind of gave it that different sound because I'm not really a sample producer. I'm much more now that I'm on the MPC, but back then I didn't really do anything. I did clone dust from scratch. There's a few. I think there's two or three beats on Special Blend that I did from scratch. Voices in my head is just me doing different noises with my mouth for the beat. I'm not a beatboxer. I think everyone knows that if they've ever listened to it. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's what gave that album that specific sound, was that I kind of switched up what I used for my hardware, and it kind of enables you to tap into something different. And definitely, I
Yeah.
went with like the older samples and stuff like that, and just found some nice old jazz stuff and some old folksy stuff.
Grimy as fuck.
Yeah, there's
Like,
some weird samples on there too, like Urinal. That's a trippy beat.
yeah, man. Fucking sick. Man. So on Smoke Break, you said, I got 99 bitches, but only one real problem.
You can't make it pop in hip hop. I'd probably say different now. I got my girlfriend. I got one girl. So,
Just
well,
one. Yeah,
one
no,
boyfriend.
that's all you need, man. That's all
We
you
got
need.
we got some problems, but we good. Not
Hey, man, that's
99.
life.
Yeah, hell yeah. We got the same problem as everyone else. Other than that, life's good.
Fuck yeah, dude. Man, let's talk about some of your friends. Talk to me about Skylar Danes.
My man, my brother, my ghostum brother. Man, Skylar Danes is he's dope, man. He's if anyone's ever been to our website, he's the man behind the website. He put that together for us. We really appreciate him
Mm.
for doing that. Um, yeah, he's got I'm sure there's gonna be some Skylar Danes solo music. I kind of through the pandemic we had a little bit, downtime or whatever. Maybe not downtime I'd call it, but time that we could finesse up some music. So we got that ball rolling. It's kind of slowed down a minute, a little bit at the moment, but uh, things are still moving. Like I said, the first single is going to come from the OBs. Uh, he's just copped some new equipment as well, so I know his studio hardware is growing. So I know we'll expect a lot of live instrumentation from myself and Skylar Danes as well. Hopefully, there's a
Hell yeah.
Skylar Danes solo album coming. I mean, I can't put any word on that. It might be 2021, it might be 2031. Who knows? But you'll see something for sure.
Either way, you're gonna get the smoke
Hell yeah.
all day. Man, talk to me about Oasis. Where did you meet him?
Uh, I don't know if he wants to say our first experience, but we met at the Alex. I'll say at least that. And back
Okay.
then, the Alex shows used to be pretty wild. The cops were almost always called at every show at the Alex. And at the end of the day, that made it a miserable experience. But I mean, back then we're all drunk as shit, and I used to get hammered by 3 in the afternoon for while I was at sound check, and then not go on stage till 10 or 11 at night. So I wouldn't say those were the days, but those were some days.
Glory days.
I don't know. I don't think those. I think I'm in the glory days now. But I mean, once we get back to some live performances, I kind of like at the tail end before I took a break. I kind of like got more. I started getting cold feet for live performing a little bit, and started like convincing myself I couldn't remember anything and fucking up my lines and shit. And then I started getting discouraged and kind of faded off the live performing for a little bit. And then, so I'm hoping when this shit starts back up, we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna come back fully, headstrong and ready to kill it. We're gonna add some live instruments. We're gonna have the MPCs out at some shows and shit like that. So that should be dope.
Hell yeah, man. I find every time that I think about what my lines are before I go on stage, I'm always gonna forget them.
Yeah,
And if you just like go with it and let the beat like, because it's almost like you know where the words go. It's just the beat shows you kind of like it's like the. But anyways, I always know when the beat comes on. Like it's like
I convince myself that I don't know what's next. Then I think I overthink it. I don't know. It bugs the hell out of me, but I'm gonna try and come back strong and uh at least with all the new material where I have all the beats and stuff. Some of the special blend stuff got lost. There's actually about 7 joints on special blend that didn't end up making it because I couldn't get the stems together after the 7 8 years. I lost one of my hard drives, one of my laptops in that time span.
Oh wow. So it would have been even longer.
Yeah, so there's actually a joint with that Maloney was on, that another joint that Tempo Mental from London originally was on. He's in
Wow.
Barrie, I think now. Um, yeah, there's another one called Little People with Skylar Danes on it. That was another one that I did with my voice, just voice beat, made up some weird shit. Um,
Crazy.
yeah, I think there's about three or four more. Oh, there was a joint called Medicine Man with an R&B singer named Chris Jackson from Brantford.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I think I can still salvage a couple of them. I think I found some of the stuff, at least for the Medicine Man one, I think. So I'm hoping I can still scrape that together in the end. If not, I'll sample it in a new beat.
You know that everyone's putting out bonus joints. You should definitely just put out the bonus album.
I mean, I thought about it. If I can scrape them all together, I would probably do a limited run of deluxe CDs. But
Yeah.
if not, I'll just scrape together what I can of the vocals, and I'll sample them or lay them in a new beat. I'll track them out on something.
Fuck yeah. Let's talk about people you've produced for. Who are some of your favorites?
Fuck, my list is pretty short, to be honest. I mean, I mean, I've produced like mostly my own shit, to be honest. I produced some joints for Oasis on the anti-mainstream movement project that he released. I
Hmm.
think uh,
Chris Thomas?
what's that?
Chris Thomas?
Chris Thomas, I haven't produced anything for yet.
Okay.
Um, Maloney, I think the first one I produced was on Thank You Come Again, maybe. Colburn Street Diaries was the first one I think I ever produced just for him on a
Nice.
solo project. Since then, I did a little bit on the Perfect Balance for him. I did I Can Feel It and The Show.
Okay.
Um, there's a couple that I did. Sleep Tight, I did for him on, I think that's on the cover up, or I could be wrong on that, but I think it's on the cover up.
That's what's up. You said all of your homies are rapper producers. Are y'all competitive?
Um, I'd say everyone else is a little bit more competitive. Like going into the contest, there's always kind of something behind it before the beats drop of like some competitiveness of who's gonna get the most uses and shit like that. There definitely is that kind of shit.
I figured because y'all are a real like energetic crew of like wolves, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all pushed each other, but we're not hesitant to like share knowledge to help each other out either. It's not that kind of competition. It's we
Mm,
still winning at the end.
hell yeah, it's all a team, man.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up. Man, thank you so much for taking the time out to fuck with me.
Hell yeah,
And,
man. Thanks for
and
having
do
me.
my first interview outside of East Coast coverage, man.
Yeah, big up for that, man. Big things coming, 100%. You're gonna have some dope
I'm working
interviews.
towards gold, bro. Like, I want to be doing some of the bigger interviews someday, man. And, it's another step in the right direction.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah,
I
that'd be dope, man.
appreciate you, man. Thanks for all the time and wisdom you've given me. And just thanks for sitting down, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, dude. I appreciate your time as well. Everyone can go check out we got the merch shelves and shit behind us. We got some limited drop colors up there, the gold and the purple. We got some hoodies on deck, snapbacks. We'll have the Zippos on deck soon. You can go grab my two albums up that are up there, Special Blend and Dark Side of the Spoon.
Fuck yeah.
And then yeah, there's a bunch of Maloney albums up there. There's old school shit, the cover up. I don't know if Perfect Balance is up there. I think so. But make sure y'all cop those soon because the Maloney copies, some of them are definitely running a little low.
It's flying off the shelves,
Oh, and
people.
then I can't forget about the man Oasis. He's got Down to My Last Marble. I
Mm,
believe he still has hard copies left. They're not on the site currently. I think they'll be up there soon, but definitely cop those because he'll definitely be running low shortly.
fuck yeah, man.
I got the Midas Touch, everything I hold a touch can bust to gold dust. You see me as a threat, but you don't need to sweat, cause your girl know I keep her wetter than a Chia pet. Be on the grind, yo, on the grind. Ain't nobody give a fuck when you doing bad. Motherfuckers wanna hate when you doing good. Hoping that this feeling doesn't stay. Getting drunk every day, waiting till it goes the fuck away. Then I wake up to another day just to face reality again. Cause the buzz of pain doesn't change a fucking thing. Nothing comes next, I wonder what's next. I used to be atheist, but now I just say fuck it, I'm blessed. Fuck it, I'm blessed. They say it's easier said than done, so I'm working till I get it done.